We've all gathered here to discuss what changes the knowledge of holistic health can bring in today's world and how it brings emotional and spiritual well-being. It encourages individuals to approach lifestyle that considers multidimensional aspects of wellness. To join us in today's discussion, we have esteemed line of panelists with us, Mr. Narendra Kumar Bassi, Mr. Narendra Kumar Bassi is an experienced community educator with a demonstrated history of working in the government administrative industry, well-skilled non-profit organization, program evaluation, public speaking, reproductive health, and fundraising. He is a strong educational professional with a bachelor's degree focused in social service from distance education. Keeping in view his service for generating awareness amongst community concerning with HIV and AIDS, Honorable Chief Minister of Punjab, Sardar Prakash Singh Badal, honored him with the State Awards on occasion of Independence Day, state function held at Amritsar on 15th of August 2011. He is a state awardee recipient and holder for World Book of Records, United Kingdoms. Ms. Archana Shaktawat aspires to enhance personality from within to reflect upon the outer personality. With an exceptional amalgamation of trainer and certified counseling psychologist, her trainings help individuals harmonize their personal and professional skills. A hotel management graduate, she has a career spanning to nearly half a decade with Leela Group of Hotels in their flagship properties in Mumbai, Trivandrum, Gurugram, and Bangalore. She has conducted sessions in numerous schools and higher educational institutions for students, as well as the teaching faculty. She cooperates for workshops on personal growth. She's also founded an NGO, Muthi Sansthan, which envisions on egalitarian society. Mr. Kiran Purvade, multi-dimensional professional with over 27 years of work experience in multiple sectors like hospitality, modern retail, petroleum, educational and diverse domains, sales, marketing, operations, HR, strategic planning, and training. Since last decade, worked for business schools and universities to enhance their outreach in students' enrollment, as well as training and placements. On March 2021, pursuing PhD on human behavior, he coached around 5 lakh plus professionals in India, Middle East, and Africa. By choice, a corporate trainer and counselor, fitness coach, Scientologist, and a writer, author of the book, The Tonic for Great Life. Now I would like to hand over the discussion to Ms. Vandana Goel. Ms. Vandana Goel is a life and happiness coach. Ms. Vandana Goel, are you here with us?
Yes. Hi, Vaishnavi.
Hello.
Greetings to everyone. So honored to have Mr. Kiran Kurware, Mr. Bassi, Mr. Narendra Bassi ji, Ms. Archana Sharma ji. I think all are personality enhancement trainers for us today. And actually they are into the most required industry, and that is the holistic wellness. Ek Nayi Azadi is all about the new freedom, the freedom from trash of all the negativity, isn't it? So I welcome you all. Would you like me to ask Mr. Narendra Bassi first? Okay, so please start the conversation. Thank you.
नमस्कार, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
थैंक यू. ये जो नई पहल की गई है बेटी एकता की ओर से, सुबह से मैं जुड़ रहा हूँ, कई प्रोग्रामों में मैं जुड़ा हूँ, तो बहुत बड़ी पहल है। सही मायनों में होलिस्टिक हेल्थ में चलें तो 4 लाइनें तो आप सबने बहुत पढ़ी हैं, खूब बोली हैं, खूब सुनते हैं, खूब सुनाते हैं। पहला सुख निरोगी काया, दूसरा सुख जेब में माया, तीसरा सुख सुलक्षणा नारी, चौथा सुख औलाद हो आज्ञाकारी। अब एक पेपर पर आप इन चारों को लिखें ना, तो पहली को छोड़ दीजिएगा, वहां टिक कीजिएगा यस। अगर काया सुंदर हो, सेहतमंद हो हम, तो बाकी काम चल सकता है। पहली भी हमारे पास है, माया थोड़ी सी कम है फिर भी काम चलेगा। पहली है, माया भी है, मगर 3 नंबर पर कुछ नहीं है, तो कामनी हमारा जीवन में चलने वाला। तो शायद कामनी जी को हंसी आ रही है इस बात पर। हंसीएगा, खूब हंसीएगा, ये सच्चाई बता रहा हूं मैं आपको जीवन की। चौथी, तीनों चीजें हमारे पास हैं, औलादी आज्ञाकारी नहीं है, तो बताइए जीवन कैसे चलेगा। सही मायनों में पैसों की दौड़ में, जीवन में हमने ना पैसे के पीछे जो रेस लगा ली, उसके लिए हमने अपना जीवन जो है, स्वस्थ जो है, उसको 0 कर दिया। पैदल थे, साइकिल पर आए। मैं अपनी बात बता रहा हूं आपको, आप भी इसी दौर से गुजर कर आए होंगे। पैदल थे, साइकिल पर आए, साइकिल से फिर स्कूटर पर आए, कार पर आ गए, यात्राएं गाड़ी में करते थे, हवाई जहाज में की, और एक दिन डॉक्टर के पास जाना पड़ा। तो डॉक्टर ने क्या किया, कुछ दवाइयां लिखी और हिदायत ये दे दी भी कृपया बिना पैडल वाला साइकिल रखिए घर पर, उस पर एक्सरसाइज कीजिए। तो मैं समझता हूं दिस इज बैक टू बेसिक। और मैं तो पहली बात और अंतिम बात यही कहता हूं अपने लेक्चर में, शुद्ध विचार बेड़ा पार। जिस इंसान के पास विचार शुद्ध नहीं होंगे, ना तो उसने अपना बेड़ा पार लगाना, ना उसने दूसरों का बेड़ा पार लगने देना है। तो ये हेल्थ हैजर्ड हमारे पास दाएं बाएं दोनों ओर साथ साथ जीवन के चल रहे हैं। अब मर्जी हमारी हो जाती है भी हम उसको एक्सेप्ट करें हेल्थ हैजर्ड को या इग्नोर करें, ये हमारे हाथ में है। तो हमें ना करना सीखना होगा। मैं देख रहा हूं, नाउ आई एम 71, मैं यही देख रहा हूं संसार में भी जो जो बीमारी आई वो गई नहीं, दब तो गई नहीं। और हमें कोरोना काल ने घर के रिश्तों से जोड़ा। देखिए जोड़ा कि नहीं जोड़ा, उनकी महत्वता हमें बताई कि नहीं बताई। क्या इससे पहले हम महत्वता नहीं जानते थे? जानते थे, मगर हम पूरे के पूरे लापरवाह थे। तो भाई घर से जुड़ के रहिए। घर से जुड़ने का मतलब सबसे पहले अपनी माँ से जुड़िए। अभी जैसे बेटी एकता ने इस प्रोग्राम को सोचा, बनाया, तो उसने मुझे एक आदेश दिया था भी कृपया जो 5 तत्व उन पर लिखकर भेजिए। मैंने भेजा, आप सबने पढ़ा होगा।
यस सर।
तो माँ के बिना कोई और भगवान जीवन में है ही नहीं। तो आप सब मातृ शक्ति बैठे हैं, तो कृपया आप सारे सभी लोग मेरा प्रणाम स्वीकार करें।
थैंक यू सर।
बच्चों को माता के साथ जुड़कर रहना। अगर कोई भी बेटा या बेटी माँ के साथ जुड़कर नहीं रहेगी ना, तो होलिस्टिक हेल्थ एक नारा ही रहेगा। फिर उसके लिए विचार अच्छे नहीं रहेंगे। क्योंकि मैं अक्सर ये बात सच्चाई बताता हूं बेटियों को भी, एक बेटी की बेहतरीन मित्र उसकी माँ के बिना में जीवन में कोई और हो नहीं सकती। अब देखिए ना, एक बेटी का रोल देखिए, वो बेटी भी है, बहन भी है, माँ भी है और बीवी भी है। देखिए जरा, पहचान कीजिए इन रिश्तों की। हम रिश्ते भूल चुके हैं। किसके लिए भूल चुके हैं? ये जो माया है ना, उसने हमें रिश्ते बुला दिए हैं। यकीन मानिए, कोरोना काल में आपने देखा होगा, हाथों में पैसे थे, लाखों करोड़ों रुपया था, पैसे भी गए, बंदा भी परिवार से चला गया। क्या कमाया? संबंध कमाया? नहीं कमाया। तो संबंध कमाना और उसे मेंटेन रखना अत्यंत आवश्यक है। और मैं दावे के साथ कहता हूं, बेटी एकता तो इस बात को अच्छी तरह जानती है, जब से जुड़ी है, ये कोरोना काल से जुड़ी है मेरे से, बठिंडा की बेटी है, जब से जुड़ी है वो जानती है, एक पल भी दूर नहीं रहती नजर से। हर पल वो बात करती है, कहीं भी गाइडेंस है। देखिए, आप अपना सलाह दीजिए, सलाह वो दीजिए जो आप उसके साथ चल सकते हैं। 8वीं मंजिल से किसी ने उतरना था, उसने पूछा जी मैं तेजी से नीचे जाना चाहता हूं, तो भाई दोस्त ने सलाह दे दी लिफ्ट से चले जाओ। कहता इससे भी तेजी, अरे छलांग लगा दे। उसने हाथ पकड़ लिया, मेरे साथ भी चलिए फिर। तो कृपया सलाह हम जीवन में, पहली बात तो बिना मांगे देना, आज वो दौर नहीं है। सलाह मांगे कोई, दें, वो दें जिसमें आप उसके कष्ट के समय में 4 कदम आगे चल सके। मेंटल हेल्थ बहुत जरूरी है आज। मेंटल हेल्थ कैसे अच्छी होगी? खाने खाने की थाली बड़ी गड़बड़ हो गई है। ये खाने की थाली में जो 5 सफेद चीजें हैं ना, उन पर अक्सर हम बात करते हैं। नमक देख लीजिए, चावल देख लीजिए, चीनी देख लीजिए, अपना ये जो ऑयल है, रिफाइंड ऑयल है, उसे देख लीजिए। ये 5-4 चीजें जो हमारे जीवन में है ना, ये हमें नुकसान दे रही हैं। हम समझ ही नहीं रहे हैं इस बात को। बीमारियां बढ़ रही हैं, शुगर की हमारा भारत हब बन चुका है, दवाइयों की मेहरबानी है। फिर हम इस पर एक्सरसाइज में क्यों नहीं जाना चाहते? हमें जाना चाहिए। एक्सरसाइज में जाते हैं तो थोड़ा सा दवाई से हमें कुछ मिले। गौर कीजिएगा, जरूर आपने सुना होगा कहीं ना कहीं, प्रार्थना से परिणाम बदल जाते हैं। ये मैं हर बार अपने जो पॉइंट देता हूं ना, बड़े बड़े नुक्ते जीवन के, सबको यही कहता हूं, प्रार्थना से परिणाम बदल जाते हैं। तो अभी अप्रैल में मैं सोच रहा था भी थोड़ा सा समय है मेरे पास, तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए। तो भाई एक नया काम शुरू कर दिया, लिखने का तो बड़ा पुराना शौक है। रोज एक कविता लिखता हूँ मोटिवेशनल, 1 मई से, और मैं साझा करता हूं सबके साथ। आज 3000 लोगों से ज्यादा लोग मेरे साथ उसमें जुड़े हुए हैं। लिखना क्या है? पॉजिटिविटी, मोटिवेशनल और सत्कार वाली बात, जो किसी के काम आए। अनेकों बातें हम करते हैं, हमारे दिमाग में एक बहुत बड़ी बात बैठ गई है। सबसे बड़ा जो दुनिया का रोग है ना, सबसे बड़ा रोग, क्या कहेंगे लोग। अरे ये जीवन किसका है? मेरा जीवन मेरा है, आपका जीवन आपका है। कृपया अपने जीवन को अच्छा चलाइए। हम अच्छा जीवन जीने के लिए यहाँ आए हैं। हाँ, ये मत भूलिएगा, जीवन में सुख और दुख दोनों चीजें साथ चलेंगी। दिन भी है और रात भी है। देखिए, सुबह होती है, दोपहर होती है, शाम होती है, फिर रात होती है, फिर हम अगली सुबह उठते हैं। पर यहाँ भूल जाते हैं भी हमने परमात्मा का शुक्र किया ही नहीं, शुक्राना ही नहीं दिया उसको, प्रणाम ही नहीं किया, याद ही नहीं किया। क्यों? उठ गए ना। जरा गौर कीजिए, सारे विश्व में 3 से 4 लाख लोग सुबह उठ नहीं पाते नींद से, और हम उठ गए तो उसका कितना हम पर प्रेम है, कितना हम पर आशीर्वाद है। आप अपने जीवन को सफल बनाना चाहते हैं, एक पॉजिटिव बात सोचिए। बस सुबह मैं ये प्रार्थना करता हूं भी अब मैं तैयार हो गया हूं, तो मैं जाने वाला हूं, घर से चलने लगा हूं, तो जहां भी अच्छा काम करना है कृपया मुझे वहां ले जाइएगा। ये मैं उससे प्रार्थना करता हूं। देखिए, जन्म भी सत्य है और मृत्यु तो उससे ज्यादा सत्य है। मगर जाने से पहले इस समाज से जो कुछ मिला वो हम दे तो जाएं। इसलिए मैं 99 में पहली बार HIV एड्स के खिलाफ बोला, तब मैंने आवाज बुलंद की, क्योंकि 95 में मुझे यूनिसेफ ने ऑब्जर्वर लगाया, ये भी मेरी निष्काम सेवा थी। तो मैंने देखा गांव के जो लोग हैं बड़े सीधे साधे, उनको एक अच्छी बात बताई जाए वो पक्का अमल करते हैं, वो अपने जीवन को बहुत आगे लेकर जा सकते हैं और लेकर जाते हैं। तब से ये यात्रा मेरी जीवन की शुरू हुई। तो 2002 में यूनाइटेड नेशन एड्स ने मुझे कॉल किया और मुझे ऑथराइज किया, द सिंगल मैन इन द नेशन एज कम्युनिटी एड्स एजुकेटर। ये अवार्ड वगैरह तो चलो काम किया, दिए उन्होंने। मैं अवार्ड ये समझता हूँ हमारे कंधों पर ज्यादा जिम्मेवारी आ गई। UN के 3 अवार्ड आ गए, स्टेट का अवार्ड आ गया, वर्ल्ड बुक का अवार्ड आ गया। ये जो आ रहे हैं इससे हमारी जिम्मेवारी ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। तो मैं 21 से तो और ज्यादा बिजी हो गया इस काम में, चाहे ऑनलाइन लेक्चर हो, ऑफलाइन लेक्चर हो। और ये भी गौर कीजिएगा, ये निष्काम है, मेरी कोई फीस नहीं है इसमें। और मैंने नॉर्थ ईस्ट और ये केरला साइड छोड़ दीजिएगा, फोर्सेस से साथ बड़ा देश घूमा है। थोड़ा सा जब भी आप बात करें अपने बच्चों से, अगर आप में कोई फैकल्टी मेंबर हैं, जब आप विद्यार्थियों से बात करें, कृपया उनसे ये जरूर शेयर कीजिए भी सरहद पर जो तैनात है ना, उनको जरा विजुलाइज करो, उन पर गौर करो। हम दिवाली घर में मनाते हैं, वो घर नहीं आ पाते। गर्मी है, AC चलता है घर में, सर्दी है, हीटर चलता है, वहां ये कुछ नहीं है। मैं सियाचिन बेस तक गया हूं, लेह लद्दाख की बड़ी बर्फीली पहाड़ियों तक यात्रा की है, रिकांगपिया चाइना बॉर्डर तक गया हूं। मैंने देखा वहां तो 2 घंटे आप अकेले नहीं रह सकते, और ये हमारे देश के सैनिक वहां सारी रात हमारी इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी अपने कंधों पर उठाकर हमारी सेफ्टी के लिए वहां रहते। तो कृपया, अगर आप फैकल्टी भी नहीं है, आप मदर हैं, वर्किंग नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, अपने बच्चों को इसके साथ जोड़, उनके भाव जोड़े, उनको पता चले भी सच्चाई है क्या। जितना आप बच्चे को सच्चाई से जोड़कर रखेंगे, उतना आपका बच्चा स्ट्रांग बनेगा, जीवन में ज्यादा सफल होगा और सत्यता के मार्ग पर जाएगा। तो भाई सब सिकंदर की बात करते हैं, तो कोरोना काल में इटली में देख लीजिए, अरबपति ने, उसकी वाइफ की कोरोना से डेथ हुई, तो उसने क्या किया, सब नोट अपने होटल से, 5 स्टार के 6 स्टार होटल से नीचे फेंके और खुद सुसाइड किया। कितना बुरा चैप्टर रहा हमारे इंसानियत के पक्ष में। तो होलिस्टिक हेल्थ में मेंटल, दिमाग का सही होना। दिमाग सही कैसे हो, जब अच्छा सोचेंगे। माता पिता इसके पूरे के पूरे जिम्मेवार। आज सारे समाज में कहते हैं जी नशा नशा नशा, कौन जिम्मेवार है इसका? मैं कहता हूं सबसे पहले परिवार, माता पिता जिम्मेवार। माता पिता को गाइड करना चाहिए अपनी औलाद को, जो अच्छा है उसके लिए भी, जो बुरा है उसके लिए भी। अगर हम ही गाइड नहीं करेंगे और हम ये कहेंगे कि जाइए स्कूल जाइए, टीचर्स करेंगे, क्यों करेंगे भाई टीचर्स के बाद हमारा बेटा और बेटी कितने समय रहते हैं? 5 घंटे लगा लीजिए, 6 घंटे लगा लीजिए, बाकी जिम्मेवारी तो माता पिता की है ना। और सबसे बड़ा जो हमारे पीछे एक भूत लगा हुआ है ना, तो वो है भयंकर यंत्र, हमारा मोबाइल। मैं ये नहीं समझ सकता आप इस बात को अच्छा मानेंगे या नहीं मानेंगे, मगर सबसे बड़ा भयंकर यंत्र जो हमारे जीवन में है वो मोबाइल है। इसने हमारा जीना ही हराम कर रखा है। तो दिन में कोशिश करिए भी हर 1 घंटे के बाद 1 घंटा ये मोबाइल बंद ही रहे, हम उठाएंगे नहीं। कोशिश करिए, इससे आप आधा समय दिन का बचा पाएंगे और अच्छे कार्यों में चले जाएंगे। ये मेरी एक सबमिशन आप सबके लिए, आप लोगों के लिए, फैकल्टीज जो आज स्पीकर्स हैं उनके लिए भी, और जो होस्ट हैं उनके लिए भी, और जो पार्टिसिपेंट जुड़े हुए हैं उनके लिए भी। कृपया होस्ट से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, समय मुझे इशारा जरूर कर दें, समय का इशारा जरूर कर दें, सभी ने बोलना होगा।
Sir, I think you are quite well in time and you can continue another 2-3 minutes. No problem.
जी, थैंक यू। अगर आपका भी कोई प्रश्न है तो हम उसको यहीं इसी मंच पर साझा करेंगे। आपका भी कोई प्रश्न है, अभी बातचीत आगे चलेगी, आप भी कुछ ना कुछ जो अच्छी अच्छी बातें कहेंगे तो मैं सीखूंगा। आई एम लर्नर स्टिल एट द एज ऑफ 71, आई एम स्टिल लर्नर। सूर्य की पहली किरण से हर इंसान सुबह सीखे तो बहुत आगे जा सकता है। और पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट पर मैं एक शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, एक सिंगल लाइन की बात। एक संत मिले मुझे, बड़ी अर्ली एज में मिले, तो उन्होंने मुझे ये प्रसाद दिया था, भाई सुबह जब नहाते हो, कंघी करते हो, सिर पर कंघी करते हो तो कृपया मन में भी कंघी करा करो, और शीशे में अपनी जो आपको अपना चित्र दिख रहा है उससे एक वादा किया करो, उससे चैलेंज किया करो कि कल सुबह फिर तेरे आगे आज से एक बेहतर इंसान खड़ा होगा। और ये मेरे जीवन का मूल मंत्र है। इस बात को भी कृपया आप समझिएगा भी, इस बात में चैलेंज करना स्वयं को। मैं सारी दुनिया के बारे में सोच रहा हूं, अरे कभी अपने से बात नहीं करता, ये सबसे बुरी बात है। कोरोना काल ने सिखाया ना अपने से बात करना, कोरोना काल ने घर लौटाया ना हमें। तो इन विपदाओं से, अब देखिए ये मॉन्की पॉक्स देख लीजिए क्या हशर हो रहा है, पशुधन का कितना नुकसान हो रहा है, हमारे जीवन का कोरोना काल में कितना नुकसान हुआ है। तो इनसे बचने के लिए पर्यावरण को जितना हमने गंदा किया है और किसी ने गंदा नहीं किया। कोरोना काल में जब हम घरों में बंद थे ना, तो जलंधर से होशियारपुर के ऊपर के पहाड़ पर बर्फें दिखी, सबने देखी, आकाश पूरे का पूरा नीला दिखा। मैंने अपनी कविता में लिखा भी जरूर है, जो प्लेज ली है उसमें, नीला आसमान के बारे में। तो आसमान तो नीला है, पर्यावरण हमने इतना गंदा कर लिया, प्लास्टिक यूज, ये हेल्थ हैजर्ड है। फिर होलिस्टिक हेल्थ में कितना गड़बड़ कर रहा है हमारे, इससे भी हमें बचना होगा। और अपनी बेटियों को कृपया जरूर प्रोटेक्ट करें। आज का दौर जो है, बिल्कुल मैं सत्य बात कह रहा हूं, मेरी भी बेटी है, मैरिड है, बेटा है, ही इज डॉक्टरेट, तो 2 बच्चे हैं, दोनों मैरिड हैं, मगर उनकी केयर करता हूं। कैसे करता हूं, कैसे की, जब वो पढ़ते थे तो रोजाना 60 मिनट मैं उनके साथ गुजारता था। नो टीवी, नो खाना, नो चाय, बातचीत ही करता था उनसे। क्या पढ़ के आए हो, क्या अच्छा लगा, क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा, क्या होना चाहिए था, जनरल। अपने बच्चों को एक मित्र बन के उनके साथ स्टडी किया, तो भाई सब बच्चे कामयाब हों, सबके बच्चे कामयाब हों। इस देश के, इस विश्व में जितने बच्चे हैं, हम सबके बच्चे हैं। एक का दर्द सबका ही दर्द है, ये मैं मानता हूँ इस बात। तो कृपया मैं अभी अपनी बातचीत के लिए यही विराम दूंगा, तो होस्ट से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कृपया आगे कंटिन्यू करें। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. That was such a beautiful revelation. I would like everyone to take home the best part, and that is that mobile is a very big enemy. No doubt, sir. The blue light from the laptops, the mobiles, if we try to switch them off, at least for a few hours in the day, or at least for a few moments before we sleep, I think our sleep would be much better. And what we are going to get is a holistic health, definitely. Your beautiful version of yourself every day, telling yourself, reaffirming a positive affirmation about saying that I'll be a best version of my own self in front of the mirror. I think that is a very holistic thing. We all should actually try to adopt this, combing the hair and actually combing the heart also from all the negativities. So just putting all the trash out of the heart also, and just making it more smoother, more refined, more purified, isn't it? So that was really wonderful. And this one is the best, that we ought to be responsible for our next generation. And that is how we can have a beautiful world. And for that, don't expect that only teachers are responsible for it. Rather, we have to sit with our children, spend good quality time with them, and talk with them so that we can actually give them those values which are lost these days. Sir, really very thankful to you. With heartfelt gratitude, thanks a ton. So next we have our speaker, Mr. Kiran Kurware. Yes, he's a officer of strategic initiatives. Wow. So can we have Mr. Kiran Kurware over here?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, am I audible? Just check myself. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, great. I would like to continue on audio. Maybe I'll have my video on. But if there is any noise in the background, please let me know upfront, because it was unavoidable to be at some good place. I'm here out with my family. I'm trying my best level to be at a place where is minimal noise. Is it okay with you, Vandana ji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. Mr. Kiran Kurware, please come.
Yeah, fine. I'm there. I'm there. Yeah. So, Ekta ji and all of you, wow, this is great beginning of Ek Nayi Azadi. And I'm going to share you my perspectives on holistic health, especially the physical component, the physical fitness out of the four, precisely maybe for next 5-7 minutes. That's it. So I will begin with an incident, not a story. It's an incident. एक भक्त हुआ करता था, वो अपने भगवान की पूजा करता है, काफी पूजा अर्चना करता है। एक दिन जो है जो भगवान है वो प्रकट हो जाते हैं, और जो भक्त की जो प्रार्थना होती है यही होती है कि भगवान मेरी लॉटरी लग जाए, मेरी लॉटरी लग जाए, हाँ मैं लॉटरी जीत जाऊं, राइट। तो एक दिन भगवान प्रकट होते हैं और बड़े ही गुस्से में होते हैं, और तो भक्त थोड़ा सा डर जाता है, कहता है भगवान मैं तो आपका बहुत बड़ा भक्त हूँ, आप प्रसन्न हुए, थैंक यू वेरी मच, पर आप इतने गुस्से में क्यों हैं? तो भगवान कहते हैं यार तुम कहते हो कि मेरी लॉटरी लग जाए, मेरी लॉटरी लग जाए, लॉटरी खुल जाए, कम से कम यार लॉटरी का टिकट तो खरीदो। So the message is very simple. I believe in definitely very good vision. Vision has to be there. If the mind is closed, everything is closed. I mean, even if the eyes are open. Helen Keller said that, if you don't have eyes, that's fine. You lose the eyesight, that's okay. But if you lose the vision, everything is lost. So I'm not going to talk on that. But I believe in action. I'm a Karmi Yogi. Vision is important, but action is very important. Because we breathe in information age today, and information age गूगल बाबा जिंदाबाद, सबको सब कुछ पता है. I repeat, सबको सब कुछ पता है. Yep. And you see, even when it comes to fitness, the holistic health, I think everyone knows that. Just at the click of mouse, you just Google out, you will come to it. Where we fail, to be very precise, specific, is that, especially the people in 40s, this is an irony, this is a paradox of life. Till 40, we do a lot of painstaking work, a lot of hard work, we earn money, and we destroy our health, get into bad habits, alcohol and smoke and rest of it, and junk food and no proper rest. And after 40s, we put in all this money, we try to pump in all this money on maintaining our health. Isn't it a paradox? This is a tragedy of life. And then people, even in 40s, maybe late 40s, they can do another mindset. They say, यार लाइफ बहुत छोटी है, अभी जीने दो. तो जीने का उनका एक डेफिनेशन है विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल देयर पर्सपेक्टिव. वो इतने जल्दीबाजी में रहते हैं, उनको कहते हैं यार अभी बस आओ पियो ऐश करो, राइट? दे इंडल्ज into all those things which can deteriorate their health, not just physical health, but mental health, spiritual health, emotional health. See, everything is interlinked. Everything is interlinked. So these are two things which I thought, let me share. Now the next point which I would like to sensitize, highlight is holistic health. So earlier to me, the sir has very nicely put it across. Spiritual health, spiritual intelligence. If you ask me what I learned from spiritual intelligence is, that great power lurking within all of us, that light which is in all of us, which is much greater than any kind of darkness, any kind of gloom we go through life, agony, pain, doubt, everything. So call it whatever you want to call it, call it. Those who are into spiritual journey, they know it. Consciousness, bhakti bhav, being a witness, ability to snap your mind, get rooted to yourself. So
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, your voice is a little less audible. Can you make, I think, a little more audible? Earlier it was.
Thank you. Is it okay now? Is it fine? Better?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I began, I think that was okay, but I think in between.
Exactly. Why don't you come on the video? It's okay wherever you are sitting and in whatever pose you are, because that will be really.
I will towards the end, maybe for 2 minutes for sure, because I am little, not very sure, because if I get into video, maybe the network is not that friendly over here. So even whatever the voice I have now, it may dip. That's the reason I want to have, at least the audio quite clear, audible. Right, that's the reason. Yeah. And though it's a decent place, I'm at Elante Mall now, sitting at some good place.
Okay, that's great, sir.
So from the spiritual intelligence, now what I infer, what I learn is meditative life and ability to know your highest possible potential. So you have that. This is an immense energy.
We again lost you, sir. We again lost you.
Because that.
We just lost you. I think the voice is again.
Yeah. What I mean is that, okay. Is it okay now? Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay. So just continue wherever you are.
Yeah. In fact, there was a call. So whenever there is a call, I decline that call.
Wherever you are now, you're quite okay. Yeah, we had lost you actually in between.
Okay. So that is why. Yeah. So let's get over the spiritual intelligence now. Fine. Because I want to be very succinct, very, very specific, and very, very precise. The second is intellectual, IQ. What as holistic education, freedom, being conscious about the holistic health is, what I can infer from that IQ part, the intellect part is, come on, we should know the information in a given context. Though information is, people know everything about maintaining their good health. Yeah. So it is not about losing weight. It's about gaining life. So by IQ, when it comes to your diet, you should know what are macronutrients. You should know what are micronutrients. You should know why you should avoid white sugar. What is the reason? Because in 40s, one of the reasons I would say of having white sugar is it will not allow your body to absorb protein. That is one of definitely the disadvantage. There are numerous. So by IQ, use your brains, use your intellect. By having the right knowledge, in that context, whatever you are going through. And I've seen people when they hit the gym, so with due respect to all the people at good gyms, also the trainers, when they make the diet plan, they are not that aware. They don't have that holistic knowledge. They can't customize actually, because everybody has their own medical journey and some challenges. That is one. Emotional intelligence. Let me make it very loud and clear over here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for all. See, when it comes to fitness regime, I'm slowly coming to the fitness. That is basically your body, the shape, stamina, and sukoon. These three S I talk about on my social media also, and that's basically emotional intelligence. It says, you should empathize people, you should love people, but begin with yourself. You should empathize yourself. You should love yourself. You should accept yourself. Accept yourself that you are that supreme energy. Don't accept everything that you are overweight. Suppose you are preparing for getting into armed forces, and you are overweight, and you say that some motivational speaker said, accept yourself, and start loving yourself. How can you love in that way? You need to work on that. You need to improve on that. When your house gets dirty, don't you clean your house? This body is your house. This is the home where we live in. This is a temple basically. We should take care of that house. So work on that, and you should by empathy means you should actually start living alone, not lonely. Loneliness is a disease. Alone, being alone. Because let me tell you, how many people in late 40s or 50s will have six packs? Very rare. Maybe the celebrities, or maybe the people who work on certain projects, maybe actors, or maybe some sports personalities, or maybe they are getting into some kind of competitions when it comes to bodybuilding. How many office goers in late 40s 50s will have this tummy, flat tummy, or not exactly six pack, but it's okay, tummy. Not people. The point here is people will pull you down, because 80-90% of the people will be having a big tummy, very big tummy, right? They will not encourage you. Very few people will encourage you. Very few people. So you need to fight. It's a constant battle between you and them. And then sometimes you'll give up, because they will say, come on, शाम को पार्टी है, आ जाओ यार, बैठते हैं. And the same वो अपने पेग पे पेग चल रहे हैं, ठीक है जी. और फिर जंक फूड चल रहा है, and there is no. And then you try to kind of convince yourself कि यार मैं क्या करता, सारे सीनियर्स यही कर रहे हैं तो मैं भी क्या करता. This is wrong. You need to say no means no. You need to say no means no. You respect them. भाई वो उनका पैग उठाए, आप आपका जूस का ग्लास उठाओ, cheers करो, it's fine, no problem. So start living alone. Be alone. Rejoice that being alone, that supreme energy, and focus on your goal. So I also talk about, like I said, the shape, stamina, and sukoon. I talk about being
Excuse me,
fit,
sir. Again, your
being
voice is
focused, and then being
breaking,
fabulous.
sir.
So
Sir,
voice
again,
voice
your
breaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
recheck. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Network issue. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. So that's what I thought. Let me put this across very clearly. If I'm sounding little blunt, yeah, but so be it. No problem, because the message has to be very clear. Even if one person gets click to it and he works on his fitness or her fitness, that's fine. Mental health definitely very important, very important. Uh, I'm not going to highlight on that. Just last 3 minutes now, Vandana ji. If I have 3 minutes, I would like to come to
So
the
you have
shape,
3 to 5 minutes.
stamina.
No problem.
No problem. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. So I would like to come to the physical part, the physical intelligence. That's basically the fitness, physical fitness, not the other fitnesses. People will definitely talk about that. Though I very slightly touched upon, but physical fitness. चलो physical fitness की बात करते हैं. तो इसमें वही है कि आप सही shape में अगर हम लोग आते हैं, we all aspire for getting into good shape. जब हम बात करते हैं कि यार weight lose करना है, so actually we are trying to get into good shape. Good muscles are not like bodybuilder, but toned muscle. We want to feel energetic at workplace. We 7-8 घंटे काम करना है. We should not get bogged down. At the end of the day, we should feel more energetic. Yeah. So this is what we are looking at. Shape. For example, let me put it this. two people both weighing 70 kilos, but one person very heavy at midsection, pot bellied, like double cylinder carrying 70 kilos, and the rest of the body parts are no, they are very weak, very weak. I'm not going to use the word weak or lean, lean, but they are very weak. So this is one person. Another person is 70 kilos, but proper V shape, flat tummy, muscular body, well-toned body, well-toned body. Yeah. Which one? तो जब शेप की बात आती है तो हम वेट की तरफ देखते ही नहीं. डेफिनेटली बॉडी मास इंडेक्स देखना है. अगर बहुत ज्यादा वेट है, इट्स प्रेशर ऑन योर हार्ट, तो ये ध्यान में रखना है. दैट इज बेसिकली शेप. टू ट्राई टू गेट इनटू द शेप. स्टेमिना की बात करूं तो अभी बहुत इसमें बहुत टाइम जाएगा. कार्डियो, स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग, कार्डियो से स्टेमिना बढ़ेगा, स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग से आपकी स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ेगी, दोनों का मिक्स करो. सुकून इज बेसिकली knowing the benefits of all those things, because let me tell you, even those people, I mean, definitely I'm speaking to the people who are into 40s and 50s. भाई अगर हम एक ही गाय हम सब ने पढ़ी है. When we look at certain countries, say Japan for example, so there is nothing called retirement. Even at this age of 60, they bounce back with bang and they say we want to play second innings now. Yeah. So do take care of your health. And those who are getting into this mindset कि यार 60 साल की ही जिंदगी है, आखिर की 10 साल बचे हुए हैं, तो मस्ती करो और अपने बॉडी की, अपने शरीर की धज्जियां उड़ाओ, तो वो मत करो. आप उस अच्छा काम करेंगे तो हो सकता है और आप 30-40 साल 50 साल जिए, इंशाल्लाह बहुत ज्यादा जिए, भगवान करे आपकी बहुत लंबी उम्र हो सबकी. That's very important. So this is a little bit about it. I would like to sum up with one strong experience which I went through in my personal life just last year. There was some tragedy which happened. The reason was genetics, and I went through open heart surgery. So I would like to request all the people in the 40s, if they are not into a habit of workout, जिम जाने की अगर आदत नहीं है, तो सबसे पहले आप अपने मेडिकल चेकअप्स करो. प्रॉपर मेडिकल चेकअप, नॉट जस्ट लिपिड प्रोफाइल. आप डॉक्टर्स को मिलो. अगर आपको कुछ सिम्टम्स है, तो भाई आपको हार्ट पेन होता है, आप थक जाते हो जल्दी से, आपकी सांसें फूलती है, या आपके दूसरे कई प्रॉब्लम्स है, आप प्रॉपर डॉक्टर को, स्पेशलिस्ट को मिलो. प्रॉपर बॉडी चेकअप करो आप. ठीक है. उसके बाद जो है फिर आप धीरे धीरे विद हेल्प ऑफ गुड फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट कि वो क्या आपको एक्सरसाइजेस, वर्कआउट्स बताते हैं, आपका फिटनेस गोल क्या है, कितना किलो आपको रिड्यूस करना है, उसके मुताबिक जो है आप धीरे धीरे जाइए. नो हरी, नो ईगो लिफ्टिंग इन जिम. ऑल्सो गो वेरी 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 स्लो. यू कैन लिसन टू सुनील शेट्टी. सुनील शेट्टी, वन ऑफ माई इंस्पिरेशंस. ही सेज कि मैं अभी रिपीटेशन ज्यादा करता हूँ, वेट्स कम उठाता हूँ. पहले अगर मैं समझो 20 किलो का डंबल उठाता था और 10 रिपीटेशंस करता था, 3 सेट्स करता था, तो आज मैं 10 किलो का डंबल उठाता हूँ लेकिन रिपीटेशन ज्यादा है. तो बॉडी, हम कहते हैं कि भाई एज इज जस्ट अ नंबर, बट प्लीज रेस्पेक्ट योर बॉडी, रेस्पेक्ट योर ऑर्गन्स. अंदर से वो चैलेंज है, जो आपके ऑर्गन्स है उसको रेस्पेक्ट करो, धीरे धीरे जाओ. डोंट गिव अप. ऐसा नहीं कि ह्यूमन माइंड इज एज इट गेट्स इनटू एक्सट्रीम्स. करना है तो बहुत ज्यादा करना है, नहीं तो फिर कुछ नहीं करना है, ऐसा नहीं. स्ट्राइक द बैलेंस. आई बिलीव इन मिडिल पाथ एंड आई लीड बाय एन एग्जांपल व्हिच आई बिगन विद दैट स्टोरी कि भाई करने से ही होगा. ऑल दोस motivational speakers, personality development coaches, life coaches, great bosses, leaders, people look up to you only when you lead by an example. भाई करके दिखाओ, थोड़ा तो करके बताओ, तो आपके एक्शंस जो है वो एक्चुअली मैटर करते हैं. आप क्या बोलते हो, लोग बोलते हैं ठीक है यार, बोल बचन है, कर रहा है, बोल रहा है, करने से ही होगा. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच एकता जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच वंदना जी.
So that was really a great revelation, I must say. Such a wonderful session you have given us. Actually, they say musicians, they never retire. They stop when there's no music in them. So I think that was the kind of resonance which we got from you. The supreme energy, you said we must connect. So I think that with the connection of supreme energy, You don't need to say anything about mental health, because once you connect to Supreme Energy, it will take care of all your health. And once your mental health is fine with that, your physical health is definitely going to be okay, because then you are going to be positive about everything, and you're going to respect your own body and your organs, and you're going to be the way you're saying, just move step by step, slowly and gradually, taking one step at a time, not only in life, but also in the gym, isn't it? So, sir, that was really,
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. You put it across. Yeah, very nice.
so you have actually given a right perspective for all the people who always, they are constantly fighting a battle between themselves and the society, be it the battle for liquor, be it a battle for the tummy and anything else, diet plans. So everything goes on the ground flat when you are not able to maintain that kind of self-resilience. So that self-resilience
Social
comes
media
with
pe
that.
hai, Vandana ji, Ekta ji knows this. I think, I keep posting regularly, irrespective of how many people like and view, and but by the grace of God, people respond to my WhatsApp messages, and they do seek for guidance. So I run this mission tummy free human, mission tummy free human. I put certain box. Yeah,
So your voice is again, a little breaking. So please, thoda
yeah, that's
sa.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. I was
Oh,
saying that I promote this mission, my personal mission, mission tummy free human, mission
okay.
tummy free human. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
regularly put it on Facebook, on my Instagram, my
So
WhatsApp status. Yeah,
basically, the right knowledge which you have told everyone, that is the basis of everything. Right knowledge means not only for your IQ, for your EQ, for everything, spiritual, mental, physical, every health is all based on the knowledge, the right knowledge, and then living up to what we are saying. The best part is the leading by example thing, that we all say so many words, but how many of us implement those into action? So that is the kind of life we should lead. Then secondly, the one you said, that vision has to be very, very clear. We all have eyes, but do we have the vision? So that question really is a very powerful question for all of us to lead by. Thank you so much, sir, again. Thank you. Now we have our next speaker, and that is Mrs. Archana Sharma ji. So do we have you, ma'am? Ekta ji? Okay, Archana Shekhawat, right? Archana ji, just unmute yourself, please. You're not audible, sorry. Louder, louder.
Is it better now?
Better, but not the best. A little more.
Okay. Surprisingly, I generally do not have an issue.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Okay, great, fine. So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Vandana ji, and it is good to meet Ekta all over again. Thank you. She comes up with these amazing concepts, and the best part is she always includes me in them. So thank you, Ekta ji. Thank you so much for this initiative. It was wonderful listening to Narendra sir. So much of insight. I think all of us would agree with that experience that he has. I felt like I'm too young to be talking in front of Narendra sir. So thank you so much. And of course, Mr. Kiran, I follow him on. We are friends on Facebook, and I know how much he works on his health and how fit he is, and his tummy free initiative is an excellent initiative. So once again, thank you everybody, and to all those who are listening to us, a very good evening to all of you. Now, when Ekta had approached me with this concept of holistic health, and I thought that it is one of those topics that we rarely talk about. Currently, few years back it was only physical health, so people were only talking about gyms, how to get fit. Then during the lockdown we were only talking about mental health, and in this process we failed to realize the mind and the body is the same. We need to understand that the mind can only understand that we exist in terms of our own body, because that's the only thing it can see. So today I cannot be unhealthy physically and mentally be very fit, or mentally be unfit and physically be very healthy. So I feel this is the most important concept that everybody needs to understand, that your mind and the body is the same. I cannot be upset and my body language will be different. My body language will portray that I am not in the best of frame of mind or the best of moods, and vice versa. So this is one of the most important things that I think we all should understand. Second is, because I am a clinical and a counseling psychologist and an inner personality enhancement trainer, my emphasis has always been on you, as in the person that you are first. If you become positive, if you try and bring a change in your mindset, the way you think, everything around you will change. And that's why I focus a lot on inner personalities. Because today, for anybody to excel in life, you have to think positive from within. So let me give a simple example that, all those people who appreciate are the ones who are positive, because they do have the ability to see something good in others. So you can only appreciate the surroundings around you, the relationships around you, anything around you, only if you are positive or you are in the right frame of mind. And similarly, it works with negative mindset. So if you find yourself complaining about, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है, या मेरा बॉस मुझे पसंद नहीं करता, या I want to do well but situations are not right, it means that you're in a very negative mind state. You are in a negative mind state. That's why everything around you becomes very negative. So change begins with you, mindset begins with you, health begins with you. So you are wholly and solely responsible for your success and for your failure, right? So it's completely on to you. Secondly, to put few things into perspective, every time I'm asked that, ma'am, why do we think so much? Why do we have anxiety issues? Why are we negative? So to answer this first question as to why are we negative, it is how the human brain is. Because when you understand the science behind it, you'll be able to rectify and change things in your mindset. So the first thing is the human mind, the Homo sapiens, from where we are, the human mind is negative. It was negative because it had to protect it. I mean, then survival was very difficult. The humans had to survive. Kahin se koi sher aa jayega, kahin se koi unko kha jayega, they had to survive. So the mind was constantly negative. It had to work on, okay, there's a sound, maybe there's something there. Okay, fine, this is happening, something will happen here. But now things have changed. Today, you and I are sitting at such comfortable setups wherein garmi lag rahi hai, so we switch on the AC, pyas lagi, so we have clean drinking water. So we cannot be negative all the time, but because negativity is hardwired into us, like it's there in us, we have to make an effort to be positive. Negativity comes to us naturally. Positivity has to be, it's something that we have to put effort in. Like how we bathe every day, we need to do that. Similarly, we need to think positive every day, because negativity comes to us naturally. Secondly, everything, the main job of the brain is, or everything that the brain does, is to protect you from two things. It'll avoid pain. It's going to do everything possible so that you don't go through pain. And second is, it is going to make sure that whatever you do gives you pleasure. So it's going to avoid pain and give pleasure. These are the only two things that the brain makes you do. So for example, you don't get up and do exercise because it doesn't want to go through the pain. And you smoke or drink because it's a pleasurable activity. You feel good about it. You feel nice about it. That's why you're tempted to do this. Now, if you give in to your brain of pain and pleasure, you will be stuck in that infinity loop. You will do all those things. You'll keep avoiding all those things which are good for you, and you will keep doing all those things which are bad for you, because pleasures are not always good. Some in good quantities, it's good to avoid pain and attain pleasure, but not all the time. So you need to overcome this loop of pain and pleasure. And that is only possible if you look at life from a positive mindset, right? And it's not just about telling yourself every day, yay, life is so amazing, everything is so beautiful, I'm gonna do well, wow, the sun is rising. It doesn't work like that. Just saying is not enough. It has to be put into practice, right? So next time you get a little negative, supposedly, you are avoiding a task. Supposedly, you have to get up every day at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6:30 and go to the gym. Ask yourself, then why am I doing this? You will get an intention, because every behavior has a positive intention. We all do something either to avoid pain or to get pleasure. So if you're not able to get up at 6 o'clock, it's mainly because you think that if I get up, I won't get enough sleep, I'll have to go to the gym, work out, and then my body is going to hurt, and then my whole day is going to go bad, right? Or if you're eating a chocolate, it just makes you feel good. That's why you're doing it too much. So if you're procrastinating a task, ask yourself, why are you doing it? Because it's only once when you're aware as to why am I doing it, can you do a how. So this question I get asked a lot of times, that why should we answer the why? So let me give an analogy here. There are times wherein you meet somebody and you feel like you know the person and you're not able to get the name right. You keep thinking, kaun hai yaar, main usse kahin mili hu, kaun hai wo, main usse kahin mili hu. And you keep thinking about it, that thought keeps troubling you. And the minute you get the person's name, there is a eureka moment, and then just getting the name and you forget about the person. The same example is associated with our brain. When you do not label it, it goes into the unknown category. And the brain will constantly trouble you with anything that it does not know. Be it the Bermuda Triangle, be it exploring the space, be it finding the cause of corona, or what we had to do during corona, right? We were all so nervous in 2020, but 2021 we were in a much comfortable state because we knew the why of it. So always ask yourself that why are you avoiding this, or why are you doing it too much? The minute you have your why, you will be able to work on the how. So for procrastinators or for somebody who has anxiety, if you know why or what is triggering your anxiety, only then would you be able to reduce the anxiety or find a solution to it. So make sure you do something like that, right? So that's how, if you know the why, you'll be able to do it. And the third most important thing is actions. Now, actions is something that the human brain will always stop you, because it wants you to be comfortable, it wants to protect you, it just wants you to lie down on the bed, watch Netflix, have popcorn and Pepsi. That's all your brain would want you to do, because its job is to protect you and to keep you safe and to keep you in survival mode. But we all know that life is outside the comfort zone. Life is outside the bed. Life is outside the Razai. You need to go out of it, right? So you will have to develop something called as the growth mindset or the action taking mindset. And a lot of us face this issue where, we are not able to take actions. So let me give a quick tip to you. Do it only for 5 minutes. Whatever that you do, just do it for 5 minutes. Whatever that you want to do, just do it for 5 minutes. Because this is primarily the beginning, which is always difficult for the human brain, right? In anything. If anybody is into public speaking, it's only those initial 1 minute to 90 seconds that's difficult. Once you get into the flow, you become comfortable. So it's just about beginning, and actions have to be taken. Do it for 5 minutes and you will see a tremendous change. So that's a little bit about mental health. Now, because the topic is all about holistic health, I associate holistic health with also like the mind and the body and the soul. And with the soul, one concept that I work on, which is also the spiritual quotient to it, or SQ, wherein, life is not lived in stages. You can't today work only on studies, and then tomorrow you will work on relationships, and day after you will work on something else. Life happens to us, everything at the same time. It cannot be lived in stages. So it's very important that you work on all areas of life, be it your health, be it your mental health or emotional health, be it your social health, as to what kind of relationships that you have with people, and then eventually your spiritual health. And for spiritual health, something that I recommend a lot of people to do is to work on something called as the purpose of your life. Because spiritual health is to do with the soul, and the soul is here for a bigger reason. We are all here for a bigger reason, not just to do a 9 to 6 job. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 6 job. You should do a 9 to 6 job, but apart from that, you're meant to do something much more, much better, much bigger. And that can only happen if you know the purpose of your life. It has to do with something that gives you contentment and fulfillment. The problem is we associate pleasures with happiness. Watching a good movie may not be happiness. Yeah, it is pleasurable, but it's momentary. But tomorrow or whenever in your life, you get the opportunity of being associated with bigger causes, like how Ekta ji is working towards the environment. She has got her purpose right. She knows what is actually giving her fulfillment, what is actually giving her accomplishment, true happiness, in other words. So work towards what exactly deep inside gives you happiness, which is long lasting, happiness that you remember forever, and happiness that makes you feel complete. Only when you work on your body, your mind, and your soul are you holistically healthy. Like Kiranji had rightly said, it's not about having the perfect body. It's not always about having the perfect mindset also, but it is about finding what gives you true happiness, true contentment, and true accomplishment. If these three areas are taken care of, life will be worth living. It's not necessary that it has to be something that everybody needs to be inspired about, but it'll be a life worth living where you have few but good relationships, you have a healthy body, you have a healthy mind, and most importantly, you have the soul which knows what it really wants to achieve in life or what it really wants to accomplish in life. So work on these concepts, and I think life will be very holistically developed for you. You'll enjoy every moment of your life rather than complaining and saying log kya kahenge. You are going to compare, absolutely. Again, comparing is hardwired in our brain, but you will not compare what the other person has done, but you're going to compare yourself yesterday with the one that you'll become tomorrow. So the comparison will always be with yourself. You'll never be in that rat race. You would not be really bothered about the way people look or what they talk, because you know yourself very well. So yeah, work towards self, love yourself, be more aware, and take care of your body, mind, and soul. And I think life then will be, I mean, then they say one life is more than enough, like they say, you don't live only once, you die only once. So every day you will be living, achieving, and you are going to enjoy your life. So yeah, that's what I had to say. I hope I'm not got overboard with time.
No, you are very much well in time. Ashna ji, one thing which many people ask, and that is, could we always seek help and support from other people while we are there? I mean, because see, not everybody has that kind of strong mindset. Not everybody has a very strong spiritual quotient. Not everybody has that very strong emotional quotient. These days, especially, the IQ is very strong, be it a child of first standard or a grade of 10th standard. The IQ of children is extremely very strong. But whenever it comes to the resilience, the emotional resilience is totally negative. Totally negative. So this is why, because the parents also somewhere, they are culprit.
Naturally.
So what steps would you recommend to everyone, whoever is here today and whoever might listen later, so that people remain a little more grateful towards what we are having, instead of, looking at those greener pastures and just, dreaming of those and becoming frustrated or depressed. You see, there are two things. Either one becomes frustrated or one becomes depressed, depending on whether you are introvert or extrovert. So what kind of thing would you recommend?
So true, Vandana ji. Thank you so much for asking that wonderful question. And I think probably one of the reasons you asked me this, because you yourself are into life coaching, you yourself are into training, and you know the importance of how one cannot climb the ladder alone, because you need to understand that willpower and motivation is limited in quantity. It's not in abundance. We have a certain amount of willpower. Now, willpower is primarily the will to do something which you don't want to do, but you still motivate yourself to do it, but it's in limited quantity. Now, sometimes you need external sources, you need external motivation, you need support systems, you need constant checks to do well in life. not just in terms of success, but even for that matter, if you have to prepare for the exam. So I really liked how you began this question when you said that today's IQ is wonderful. Now, one of the reasons why today's IQ among children is very good is again because of a support system. We all know that there are academicians, there are schools, there are organizations. We are working towards helping these students work towards their IQ, right? But whereas when it comes to emotional health, mental health, resilience, depression, this is all suddenly come into picture, right? So what I would suggest people who are listening to us, watching us, that you don't have to suffer in silence. And sometimes asking help is actually a sign of strength. In fact, always asking help is a sign of strength because nobody possesses all the qualities, right? Today, even I ask, supposedly my car packs up. I cannot be a mechanic and a psychologist and a mother and a daughter, right? So in that case, when it comes to asking help from mechanic is completely fine. But when it comes to us, you need to understand the brain is also a machine. It can also actually one day, one fine day, give up, pack up, because of dents, which is nothing but traumas. It could be because you're not driving the car properly, which means that you're not utilizing the brain in the right fashion. So in such situations, when you can call a mechanic, you can also call up professionals like a psychiatrist or psychologist, life coaches, personality development trainers. And sometimes, it gets difficult to reach to that level. First, speak to your family, because they can be your best support system. At least tell them what you are going through, because if they don't know what you're going through, they'll only make assumptions, and assumptions are bad for you and for them. So don't let them assume. Please go up to people and ask them. And secondly, the question that you mentioned regarding teachers and with parents. So one thing that if parents are watching us, I always feel that every parent wants the best life for their child. Naturally, no parent wants that their child should suffer or their child should go to hardships. But you need to start training your child to accept hardships. Because it's very commonly seen that all those students, who excelled in schools or who excelled in colleges, somewhere in the life run, or when it comes to life, or when it comes to doing well after school and college, they don't do as well as what they did in school and colleges. The reason doesn't mean that their IQ dropped or they became dumbos after college or after school. The reason is all this while, till they were 18 or 21, they never experienced failures. They only experienced success, appreciation, applaud. And we all know life is never a bed of roses. It's a balance of roses and nails. And when nails come their way, they can't take it. They start bleeding, they start complaining, they go into victimhood, they go into a blame phase, they go into, hey Bhagwan, mere saath hi aisa kyun ho raha hai? Right? So you need to, it's very important that as parents, you tell your children that yes, you are achieving success, it's wonderful, but remember, failures are going to be a part of it. Prepare them, teach them techniques like wonderfully Vandana ji had rightly pointed out. First, teach them to be grateful. And it's generally confused what is grateful, what is appreciation. So let me just clarify this. Grateful means all those things that have come for free in your life but are valuable. It's free. You haven't spent a penny. It could be your intelligence, it could be your talent, it could be your parents, the air, everything. For free, you haven't spent a penny. And appreciation, being appreciative, is all those skills that you possess or anything good that you see in another person is appreciation. So get into the skill of appreciating and being grateful. And this can only happen if you yourself from within start thinking good about yourself. So it's a journey. I always say life is a journey. And you should be the driver of your journey. Some good people will get in, some bad will get down, some will stay on, some might want to continue with your journey. But remember, you are the driver. The biggest mistake we make is we constantly make others the driver and we become the conductor or the co-passenger. And then we complain, ये ढंग से गाड़ी नहीं चला रहा. वो नहीं चलाएगा क्योंकि आपको जैसी गाड़ी चलानी है, आपको खुद चलानी पड़ेगी. So, take charge of your life and you will see that it's a process. It's not a one-day wonder. एक दिन में कुछ नहीं मिलेगा और एक दिन में आपको कुछ करना भी नहीं चाहिए. Believe in the concept of consistency. Do little every day. Don't do big thing in one day, which is intensity. Work on consistency and not intensity, and you will see a lot of change. Yes, sorry, Vandana.
I will say that your, first of all, the kind of mindset which you have just explained, that everybody should be very clear about the purpose of life. You see, that is a basic motive which today everybody is getting distracted.
So true.
Just the money, the luxuries, enjoying the pleasures, and avoiding all the pain. So this is what this generation is going towards, which is making all the more stress levels so much operational these days, that every other person is saying, किसी को पूछो क्या हाल है आपका, कट रही है यार, अरे यार why कट रही है? You should say with happiness, you should say, wow, I'm living a delightful life. I'm the happiest being. I'm most blessed. So Ashna ji, this was really great, that first of all, everybody should have that growth mindset. And then you explained that everybody goes into that infinity loop because everybody wants to avoid the pain and, you know, get
Gain
all
pleasure.
the pleasures in life. Yes. So life is lived only once. No, life is lived every day. And every moment should be worthwhile. Never compare yourself with others, rather compare yourself with your own self every day. So that was really great. And one thing which was really great, one more thing was changing your own mindset from negativity towards positivity. Because they're already hardwired into negativity. As you said, that Homo sapiens were like that. So when we bathe every day, why don't we just, push off all the negativity also every moment? So we can actually create that for ourselves, which is going to be actually a kind of habit, a purposeful habit. It's not going to come by its own, right? So that was really nice. And Ashna ji, this was a great, revelation. That
thank you so much. And one thing, once again, I really want to thank Ekta ji. She herself is an example of a positive and a growth mindset. I think she resonates that idea so well. So thank you, Ekta ji,
and actually
for
she
having me.
Made us come along with her towards such a wonderful purpose of holistic health. Thank you, Ekta ji, from my side, from everybody's side. Thanks, Ashna ji.
Thank you. And thank you, Vandana ji. You've been a wonderful moderator. You really know how to pick up the right points and make everybody feel special. So thank you so much for this opportunity and for being a wonderful moderator.
I think she has lost the connection.
Correct. Yes. So Ekta ji, you can now take over.
Yeah, so Vaishnavi, first of all, I'm really thankful and I feel blessed that now the whole event is to the end. I would say that it's today's event only, but every moment is an event and we are here. हम लोग holistic health, ठीक है? अभी हम थोड़ा सा हिंदी में लेते हैं कि अभी हम लोग जब बात करते हैं हैप्पीनेस की, जो खुशी है, वो हमारा ना कहते हैं ना, एक बड़ा ही अच्छा सॉन्ग है, ये रोते हुए आते हैं सब, ठीक है ना, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा, है ना, तो वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर। तो यही है, क्या हम कैसे जाना चाहते हैं। आई वांट टू, मतलब वेरी क्विकली फॉर द 2 minutes आई वांट टू शेयर अ स्टोरी। सो आई यूज्ड टू रीड सम रिलीजियस बुक्स आल्सो, जैसे घर में एक रहता है, तो उसमें एक स्टोरी आती थी, एक पर्सन जाते हैं किसी स्वामी जी के पास और उनसे पूछते हैं कि स्वामी जी मैं खुश रहना चाहता हूँ, मैं क्या करूँ। तो वो कहते हैं कि ऐसा कर, आप मेरे बारे में बताइए, मेरा भविष्य बताइए। तो वो कहते हैं कि बच्चे ऐसा है, आपकी ना 1 हफ्ते के अंदर ना मौत होने वाली है। तो वो घबरा जाता है, उसको लगता है कि अभी मैं क्या करूँ, एक मेरे पास तो सिर्फ 1 ही हफ्ता है। तो वो कहते हैं अच्छा फिर तुमने जो भी करना है आप कर लीजिए। तो वो जाता है और जाके फुल टू, जो उसको खाना है, जो उसको पहनना है, जिससे मिलना है, उसको लगता है मैं सबसे मिल लूँ, मेरा वो दोस्त है, मेरा वो रिश्तेदार है, मेरा वो भाई है, वो मेरा बहन है। तो वो ना बहुत खुश होता है, वो उस 1 हफ्ते के अंदर उसने अपनी जिंदगी जैसे जी लेता है। और एक हफ्ते बाद वो उनके पास वापस जाता है, उनको बोलता है तो महाराज आपने तो कहा था लेकिन मुझे कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। तो कहता है दिस दैट्स व्हाट द हैप्पीनेस इज। हर पल को ऐसे जियो जैसे कि वो आपका आखिरी पल है, और यही जिंदगी है। कल कहते हैं कि कल कभी नहीं आता, जो है आज है, आज में जियो, हंसते रहे, मुस्कुराते रहे, और यही होलिस्टिक हेल्थ है। मेंटल, फिजिकल, सोशल। फर्स्ट मेंटल, मैं ठीक हूँ, बहुत खुश हूँ, हेल्दी हूँ। सेकेंड इज देन कम्स टू द हमारी बॉडी वैसे ही हार्मोन्स जो है रिलीज करेगी एंड वी विल फील फिजिकली गुड। ठीक है, सुबह उठते हैं, अरे नहीं आज कुछ नहीं कर सकते, मैं बहुत थका हूँ, तो हमारी पूरी बॉडी पूरा दिन थकी रहेगी। So mind, and then the social. Then you have a smile on your face. Then you don't have to wear very luxurious clothes. You don't have to go for the very high makeups and all. Your smile, your smile will attract. And then it will be the social well-being. So that's how mental, physical, and social well-being. If you want to be the center of attraction, just one thing: be happy. Happiness is not, as हम लोग सुबह से यही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, कि खुश रहना ये नहीं है कि हमने अच्छे होटल में खाना खाया, हमने बहुत एक्सपेंसिव कपड़े पहने और हमारे पास आसपास बहुत सारे दोस्त हैं। हैप्पीनेस है हम लोनली नहीं हैं। लोनलीनेस, पीस ऑफ माइंड। ठीक है, pleasure and happiness is different. Happiness is state of mind, pleasure is just outside. So Vandana ji, thank you so much. Now I hand over to Vandana ji and Vaishnavi ji to conclude this session, and then we will finally conclude Ek Nayi Azadi. Vandana ji.
Yes, Ekta ma'am, thank you so much. It was a treat, actually hearing all the speakers today, because ever since morning, actually, I'm actually online, and I heard almost all the speakers, and I could just think of one thing. Our country has been independent from last 75 years, but have we actually gained that inner freedom?
Yes.
So this was all about that inner freedom, whatever we have talked about today, be it the freedom from all the trash of negativity, be it the freedom from all the junk food for our own, physical health, be it the trash of negative thoughts for our spiritual quotient and our emotional health, So it was basically all the holistic health we talked about. And I'm sure if we implement even one single thing today, one single thing, it is going to just change our life. As just our speaker Rachna ji just said, that small baby step can actually, divert the whole, panorama of this lifestyle. And thank you so much, Ekta ji, for giving me this opportunity. It was a privilege. I'm sure everybody of us can explore so many ways to live happily. And as you said, that rote hue aate hain sab, hasta hua jo जाएगा, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर बेशक हमेशा कहलाएगा. So this has been true, this is true, and this will always remain true. This quote can never go wrong. This quote can never go wrong. वो कहते हैं ना कि किसी चीज को पाने के लिए आप सोचते हो कि मैं वो चीज पाऊंगा तो खुश हो जाऊंगा. आप ऐसा क्यों नहीं सोचते कि मैं इतना खुश हूं, चीजें तो अपने आप आ जाएंगी. So basically, happiness attracts every positive thing in life. And this Bhagavad Gita also says, recently I attended a seminar in which Bhagavad Gita was the main crux. And they said, उसमें साफ लिखा हुआ है, प्रसन्नता सब उलझनों को सुलझा देती है. And it is so true even today. So if we are actually happy inside, clear, pure, with our thoughts, it's definitely going to be the panacea. रामबाण होगा वो हम सब के लिए, हर चीज के लिए, हमारी जिंदगी के लिए, हमारे अपने आप के लिए. Thank you, Ekta ji. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Kamini ji, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Ekta ji, once again. Thank you, all the speakers, Mr. Kiran Karware, Ms. Archana Shekhawat ji, and Mr. Narendra ji. Thank you so much.
Very well said, Ms. Vandana Goyal. Now that we're almost at the end of the event, I would like to thank all the panelists for making it so informative for our audience. It was one of the best sessions so far, and along with us, we're sure you too had a great time. I really appreciate you all for attending today's event and making it a success, expecting your presence in near future as well. Thank you very much.